Welcome, everybody. We can't believe that we have done an entire season of VANTEC meetings, all 11 of them, and really appreciate everybody coming in month after month to see these great entrepreneurs in our ecosystem. We've been operating since 1999, so we can legitimately say that we've been operating for since the last century. So anyway, welcome. We'll just go through a little bit of background from the VANTEC Angel Network. We've been meeting every single month where we have entrepreneurs pitch to investors, and investors are either individuals or their funds. And you'll find out more about who we are in just a few seconds here. And I am screen sharing. There we go. Our mission is to grow the angel investing community. And since 23 years ago, when we first had maybe about 3 companies pitching to half a dozen people, today we've got 13 companies and we're pitching to well over a dozen people. We've got 180 members in VANTEC. It's the largest angel group in BC. Almost 3,000 companies have presented since we first started, and a good number of those have received investments from angel investors, either as individual angel investors or from one of the many associated funds. In 2021, 109 companies raised $11.6 million, and that's an impressive number. And you will see emails from VANTEC asking you for some data, because the data is being used by NACO, which is the Canadian National Angel Capital Organization, and also the American-based Angel Capital Association for their stats and helping to lobby for good policies that would support our ecosystem. And we want to give a little nod, a shout out to NRC IRAP, who's been behind the scenes to help us create a great angel community. And we talked about some funds. So there are 2 funds that are very actively associated with VANTEC. One's eFund and one is WoodIF. If you find out more about the funds, just email info@efund.ca or email Mike Volker at mike@volker.org about the WoodIF fund. A lot of us invest through funds as well as our own individual plots. And just we all know angel investing is a high risk asset class, and the more you diversify, the better your odds of actually earning a good return. You can become a member of VANTEC, either a full member or an online member. The only thing that an online member cannot access is the actual VANTEC meeting itself on the day, but they have access to the recorded videos, and you do pay for the events if you so choose to join on the day of. The full members, there's a little more perks to it. You are invited to pre-screening meetings. There's Slack channels. We have full recorded meetings and company profiles on DocSend and Gus. And if you are a member of our partner funds like WoodIF and eFund, or some of our partner group angel groups like Angel Forum, you get a discount of $400 a year rather than $600. We're doing a lot more new opportunities to meet in 2022. We're already halfway through the year. We've changed a lot and evolved since 1999, and we've added and changed according to the needs of our community. So one of the big things is investor deep dives, which will happen next week. And that's for the companies who are doing full presentations today. They will organize an online link for you to see their deep dives. And our venue sponsor, SFU Venture Labs, have offered physical offices for the full presenters. So they could do an in-person deep dive and or an online deep dive. We've seen a lot of companies take advantage of that, where they have both happening at the same time in a physical office and having online deep dives at the same time. So that's happening next week from 3 to 4. Just email the full presenters directly for the link if you want to do an online. We have after our deep dives, we have our VANTEC Community Social, which runs from 4 to 6 at the SFU Venture Labs. If you hurry now, you can get early bird tickets, only $10. That will include appies and 2 drink tickets. Of course, if you're a member and if you're presenting today, it's free. We have office hours. They're all online, and you can book some time to have questions as a founder or as an investor. Like to really acknowledge our annual sponsors: Fasken, Tandem, Western Pacific Trust Company, Raymond James, OKR Financial, Go Recruitment, Invest Ventures, and Venture Labs. Some of these sponsors have been with us from the very beginning, and we're very grateful for their support. We have a lot of community members who partner with us at VANTEC. That includes eFund, Woodif, the 2 associated funds, Keiretsu, Forum Northwest and Rockies, Tandem, Go Recruitment, Rocket Builders, Volition, Spring Activator, and of course our 2 professional angel organizations, the US-based Angel Capital Association and the Canadian-based NACO, National Angel Capital Organization. And of course, we wouldn't be able to do this without some support from the Western Economic Diversification. Our agenda today: we've just started our investor meeting. We're a very community-minded angel group. We start off with community announcements. Then we move into our company presentations. We have updates, we have previews, and then our full presentations. And after that, we will have online founder and investor networking. And those of you who were here before the meeting started have already experienced that. We always want feedback. So after our preview and updates, we ask you to vote for your favorite 90-second pitch, because these companies at the top scores will be invited back for a full presentation at a future VANTEC meeting. We will have breakout rooms, Q&A, for all of the VANTEC attendees today with the companies. The full presenters will have dedicated breakout rooms, and then we will have random breakout rooms after that. And of course, after this meeting's over, not done yet, we do have an event survey. We really want you to fill this out, because the metrics and the feedback is very helpful to us as we always continually improve our meetings. So speaking of being active in the community, I am going to call Stefano Del Fara to talk about a program that he wants the community to know. So Stefano, would you please step up, and I will stop sharing and let you share a screen.
Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna share this. Okay, perfect. Good evening, everybody. So my name is Stefano, and I work as a project manager for the Italian Chamber of Commerce in Canada West. And today I would like to introduce you to a program that it's called Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs global program. It's a program funded by the European Commission that allows Canadian entrepreneurs in British Columbia to host and collaborate with young new entrepreneurs from the European Union and the UK. By participating in this program, a Canadian entrepreneur you would acquire new horizons, new knowledge, and access to European markets, thanks to the fact that you will be hosting entrepreneurs from Europe. It's a 3-year program we started last year, and our chamber is the local contact point for Canada. So we're basically looking for entrepreneurs that are based in BC that are interested or that are willing to host entrepreneurs from Europe. There's no cost for the Canadian entrepreneurs, so everything is covered and funded by the program. And the hosting entrepreneur here in Canada would be able to host an entrepreneur from Europe for a maximum of 3 months. The asset of this program is that you would host an entrepreneur, so somebody that is already working in Europe or that has already a business or a startup back in Europe, and they come here to acquire new knowledge or a new perspective, a new point of view. And so it's a mutual exchange. So you would be working and collaborating with these entrepreneurs. You would benefit from a fresh eye on your business. You would act as a coach or as a mentor. You would learn new aspects about European markets, possibilities, and activities, and you would benefit from a mutual consulting, referrals, and you would be also able to find new business opportunities in Europe. So if you are interested or if you would like to learn anything about this program, I'm here. You have my contact email address on the slide that I just shared with you. As I said, there's no extra cost, so you would only have to apply, become the hosting entrepreneur, host the entrepreneur for these 3 months. And the only criteria is that you need to have a 3-year work experience as a CEO or founder of your startup or a business. And then if you have these criteria, you're eligible, you can become a hosting entrepreneur and you can get access to this program and benefit from this program. The program is open to young entrepreneurs that are coming from the 27 member states of the European Union and the UK, and it's open for Canadian entrepreneurs that are based in BC and in Alberta.
All right, thank you very much, Stefano.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. Okay, so let's see if I go back to my screen. Here we go. Yeah, that's this is a really great program because we all know how about the war for talent. So any edge that we can get to serve our community is all for the good. I'm going to ask Jackson, speaking of talent management and getting it from outside Canada, Jackson, could you come on and talk about the Startup Visa program?
Oh, thank you, Hilza. So the Startup Visa program is a way for foreign entrepreneurs to have a way to start their businesses in Canada. And to do that, our members are able to recruit the best and brightest from around the world outside of Canada to come into Canada and start their businesses into Canada's very competitive startup ecosystem. And the way to do that is to learn more about our Startup Visa program. You can definitely come to our event tomorrow. We have a preview event where you can see some of the best entrepreneurs foreign entrepreneurs that VANTEC has get to know. And they will be making presentations tomorrow. If you're a VANTEC member, you will receive the invitation after this event ends. And look forward to seeing everyone. Thank you for the time.
All right, Jackson, while you're still taking the stage, how about you talk about what we're hiring? And I guess you're looking for help with the Startup Visa program?
So we do have certain positions open. One is a community manager for investor relations. So that will be helping with a lot of relationships that VANTEC has built, and someone has to manage them with our members and investors. And as well, the Start Visa program, looking for an administrative assistant, generally to handle all the meetings and some of the backend stuff as well. If you're interested, go to the VANTEC webpage and there's more information on the jobs page, or you can send an email to info@vantec.ca and more details will be provided.
Excellent, thank you. And we've just contracted a community manager to manage the investor relations. So I'm going to call up Roger, put him on the spot and introduce himself. Roger.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Killen. I've been a member of VANTEC since the early days in 1999. And when I heard there was a role called community manager, which is a part-time role, naturally, I'm a connector. And naturally, I'm very service-oriented. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity to support VANTEC's members experience as good an experience with VANTEC as humanly possible. So what I'm doing right now is trying to understand what their current level of experience is, get from them some ideas as to new plans and programs, rationalize the feedback that I get, present it to the management team at VANTEC, and together roll out programs that will elevate, that will amplify the user experience of VANTEC's members. Back to you, Kelsel.
Thank you very much, Roger. Welcome aboard as part of the VANTEC team. You've been associated with VANTEC for a very long time. Really grateful to have your talents benefit the community. Next up, we do have a number of upcoming events, both the investor-centric and the community-centric. Take a look at vantec.ca and look at today's agenda. You will always find the contact information on that if you're interested in attending any of these events. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the nitty-gritty of how we're going to be operating today. After the presentations by all the companies, we will have networking and breakout rooms. We will have 2 cycles of 10-minute breakout rooms with breakout rooms dedicated to each of the full presenting companies today. After that's done, then everybody returns to the common room, and then we will have random room pairings until the close of our meeting. There are extra rooms available upon request. If there's some people that want to have private discussions, just let us know and we will organize that for you. Otherwise, it'd be the 2 10-minute cycles where the full presenters will have their dedicated rooms. House rules: please mute yourself when not presenting and unmute yourself when you are presenting, because we do want to hear you when you're presenting. Please turn off phone and PC notifications. And during our networking, please do network. Use the chat function to your advantage and put your contact information so that people can contact you. That goes for the investors and the entrepreneurs. No soliciting unless you are a presenting entrepreneur. And please identify yourself. Put your identifying company, investor, community in front of your name so we know who you are and where you are, how you're placed in our community. Of course, I don't have to say this: network, network, network. We are the VANTEC Angel Network. All companies, not just the full presenters, take advantage of this time to invite interested investors for follow-on meetings and demos. You know, keep them up to date with your emails, keep your Gus profile up to date. Because what we do is that we share your pitch and Gus with other investors in our community. Particularly the full presenters, we are members of the Pacific Northwest Super Angel Group, where we share our full presenters with each other. And so we right down to Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and BC. We are the Canadian member in this group. We have lots of ways of connecting investors and founders, Gus profiles, DocSend. We have a Slack for sponsors and members, and we can offer, if investors can offer their contact information on the company feedback forms. And of course, there's the deep dive session next week. So connect with us, lots of different ways, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course, good old fashioned email, info@vantec.ca. And check out our website. We do update it from time to time. And with that, we are going to start with our first presenting company, and it's a 90-second update, and I believe it's Autonopia.
Hi, everyone. We are Autonopia, a robot as a service company. And our purpose is care and maintenance of civil structure, buildings, bridges, and energy and water infrastructure. The job that we are 200,000 workers short just to catch up with the current demand in the US and Canada only. And to solve this problem and to catch up with the demand, we have no choice about automation, and we have designed a robot. This is our MVP, which we field tested this month in Vancouver to solve this problem and provide automation to solve the problem of maintaining our structures. And our plan is to start with buildings, and the next steps move toward other verticals and other structures and provide the same maintenance services across the board. Since last December, when we had our first presentation at VANTEC, we got accepted into Techstars and Stanley Black & Decker's Accelerator, which helps us a lot to build a great network in the US and also grow our company. And also, we were one of the top 15 in the New Ventures VC competition this year to advance directly to round 3, for which we are competing right now. And through the course of Techstars, we had the privilege of getting connected with great names and great companies to validate that we are starting with the right vertical, being buildings. And through that and on the way, we managed to talk to folks in these companies such as Stanley, Black & Veatch, Dow Chemical, understand the requirements and receive interest for pilots, future pilots, and also at the same time expand our network in the building segment across North America for our launch later this year. And in June last month, we launched our alpha phase, starting with our MVP and our field trial, which happened last month, and we have planned for more in the coming month. And now we have opened a convertible note. So if you're interested, please reach out to me or my co-founder, Hussein. We are both on the call. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That was Autonopia. Next up is an update from Reusables.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Jason Hawkins. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Reusables.com, and we're a zero-waste platform creating a new future for food packaging. For those of you that weren't in our full presentation earlier this year, we're focused on the very familiar problem of single-use plastic waste. And what we're finding is that large brands and food retailers are trying to get ahead of this and the legislation that's pending, but they need technology solutions and partners to actually be able to execute and create a reusable system for their customers. So we put out an MVP last year in Vancouver, and we've grown quite quickly. We've gained significant traction in the food retail vertical, and now we have a very large pipeline of some of the largest food packaging distribution companies and grocery retailers in the world. We're backed by leading investors, including Ryan Holmes, who's the founder of Hootsuite, and we've gone through a variety of accelerators and incubators. Our solution is a reusable packaging as a service, and we provide the tracking technology, a digital experience for customers. Our business model is a software as a service for the businesses and a membership for the end consumer. So we have some customers, including Earls, IGA, and we're available on leading platforms like DoorDash, but now we're licensing our software to large businesses. So we're raising a seed round right now, and we're looking to secure about $200,000 from VANTEC. This is going towards our network expansion and the growth of our team and our technology product. So if you're interested, I'd look forward to connecting with you. Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Now we have some 90-second previews. First up is SnapCyte?
Yeah, so we are SnapCyte Solutions, and we are a company that develops AI technology for smartphones that can solve problems in the life science research space. Our system is very easy to use. You basically snap a photo with a smartphone of your cells mounted to the phone is mounted to a microscope, and then you acquire your data within seconds. Our SnapCyte is basically for life science researchers that spends a lot of time and money to do cell line work on a daily basis. And SnapCyte provides a new, accurate, and very cheap solution for this segment. SnapCyte is quite uniquely positioned in the competitive market right now because we are so easy to use, and it's a smartphone application. This market is part of the live cell imaging market that is growing towards 4 billion in 2028. Our team has entrepreneurship and research and engineering capacity, as well as marketing on the team. And we have 10 million shares outstanding, and we are looking for investments. So if you're interested in hearing more, give me a call. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so next up, we have Quandri.
Well, thanks a lot for having us, and great to see another robots as a service provider, because we're another automation company as well. My name is Jackson. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Quandri. And what we do at Quandri is provide digital workers, so AI-based bots, to automate time-consuming, repetitive, and very manual work, specifically for the insurance industry right now. So our robots are working on work like comparing renewals, reading and naming policies, managing activities, policy changes, work that repurposes massive amounts of labor in these insurance brokerages. The problem in the insurance industry is massive, with brokers needing to process tens of thousands of transactions every single month, and no solution to solve any of this work. We're starting with the insurance industry, but see a really large opportunity to provide these AI digital workers to other industries like healthcare in the future. We've bootstrapped until now. We've acquired 17 customers, 415K annual recurring revenue, and have built out a team of 5 full-time engineers and 1 product manager, in addition to myself and my co-founder. We're currently at the end of raising our seed round. We're raising 1 million US, of which we've got 800K committed. So we have about 200K in room, which we're looking to fill by the end of next week. These funds will be used for us to accelerate product development, for us to integrate into one of the last major software systems in the industry, and build out our initial go-to-market team to get to 2 million ARR. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll put my contact information in the chat if anybody wants to get in touch to discuss our round. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Quandri. Next up is a VersaFile.
Perfect. Well, hello, VANTEC. So we're here because we're looking for advisory and seed funding to scale our marketing and our sales channels. Tell you a little bit more about our organization. We're VersaFile. Our product DocuFlow helps large enterprises running SAP to modernize how they integrate and automate content, such as contracts and purchase orders and invoices across their global organization. And so by doing this, our customers will save costs on monolithic legacy systems and save time by automating tasks and reduce risk associated with meeting compliance requirements. So in 2020, SAP customers spent $1 billion on content integration and automation software from companies such as OpenText and IBM and Highland and a bunch of others. The market's going to triple in size in the coming 5 years because SAP is forcing all of their customers to upgrade to the latest version, SAP S/4HANA. And while doing this, these customers will also want to modernize their legacy and monolithic content management systems. And so we've proven out that we can provide great value. We've got 15 plus active customers. We're generating monthly recurring revenue with big names such as Walt Disney, Fortis and Hess and Canada Life. What we're looking for is to raise $1 million CAD for our first seed round, and then we'll be looking for further rounds afterwards. And so if you're interested in learning more and wanting to invest with us, I would love to schedule some time with you. You can scan the QR code, and I'll also post my information into the text chat. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Next up is Uno Digital.
$500 billion. $500 billion. That is what industry experts expect the 3D printing market to achieve by 2025. Hi, I'm Stuart Scott. I'm president of Uno Digital, and I would like you to get involved with us in helping us to dominate the 3D printing signage market here in Western Canada. So why hasn't the signage industry embraced the 3D printing technology? Well, firstly, they're very, very slow to change. Secondly, the market is highly fragmented, made up of lots of small companies. Thirdly, they like to use decades-old technology of printing, of bending metal and welding metal. And finally, the technology hasn't been available until recently, where we can get large 3D printers like you see on the screen. So why is there an opportunity with Uno Digital? Uno Digital is a creative, visionary, innovative graphic imaging powerhouse. Our clients include Louis Vuitton and Chanel. In fact, Chanel came back to us yesterday to ask us to become their national supplier. So how does 3D printing technology help us? 3D printing technology will enable us to achieve cost savings of around about 70% on labor and materials. Our financials show a fantastic view of where we think we'll be in the next 5 years. Uno Digital is offering the opportunity to invest up to $1 million to help us grow in this rapidly growing industry. I look forward to speaking with more of you on this incredible opportunity. Here's my contact details, which I'll also post in the chat. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Next up is Stragiliti.
Hello, VANTEC. I'm George, founder of Stragiliti. We empower technology service providers with software development tools that can make them far more productive than what they currently are. Tech services providers have a lot of business. They're drowning in business, actually, for digital transformation initiatives happening, but they have a shortage of talent. And more importantly, they're drowning in millions of lines of code. There are over 150,000 SME tech service providers worldwide, and they are in urgent need of tools and applications. Stragiliti accelerates development. I mean, MVPs and proof of concepts what takes 2 months can be done in 2 days, and what takes 20 months can be done in 4 months. The next decade will see enterprise software applications adopt low code completely, like what we do. We are differentiating essentially by there are other players. We're differentiating essentially by building larger applications with limited budgets and without lock-in. We have currently 12 customers, 70K ARR recurring revenue, and 130 total revenue in trailing 12 months. I've run a TSP before, so I know the space, and I have all-round global experience in software, and I have a very strong team, both in development and in delivery. We are raising 300K Canadian, and primarily to grow in North America. So in case there's anyone here who would love to invest, please connect with me. And also if there's anyone who needs applications built out rapidly, do connect. Thank you very much. I'll put my details in the chat.
Thank you very much. Next up, we're going to hear from Messen Design.
Well, thank you. My name is Nicholas, and I'd like to take some time to tell you about why Messen is the future of furniture. So people increasingly live in small spaces, but making small spaces feel like home is really hard. In other words, there's a problem in the furniture industry. We also know that customers want to spend their money online. They want to spend it with sustainably and ethically, and they also want to spend it with personalized and authentic brands. That's why Messen is creating a digital, sustainable, and personalized furniture buying experience that customers in North America have never seen before. Our business model centers around our software. Customers come to our website and they can customize furniture themselves online and see what it looks like in real time and make other customizations like drawers, doors, and colors. From there, we create a 3D CAD model from that automatically that perfectly mimics the customer's design. Then we create universally recognized autonomous manufacturing files, and we partner with local manufacturers that have the machines we already need to make our furniture from sustainably and environmentally sustainable materials. From there, we ship it straight to the customer right from the factory, no inventory on our end. We actually have a proof of concept of this business model up and running today in Kelowna. We have 9 models of furniture that are customizable from $650, and we've done over $30,000 in sales. It's a humble amount, but we like to think of it as a great start. With respect to our team, we've put together an amazing board. Rick Bohannes was the founder of Urban Barn Furniture. He exited that for multiple millions of dollars, and he's becoming really involved with our business. Jane Hill's our lead investor, and she's an incredible engineer. And Emery Akash is the founder of Global Me, also a software expert who exited for over $10 million himself. With respect to the deal structure, we're raising $400,000 on a $2.2 million valuation. And the business, with respect to why you should invest with us, the business model has been proven in Europe. I encourage you to check out this website. We're very scalable, and our board has a proven track record. Thanks so much. Oh, and I repeated my slide. How embarrassing. There we go.
All right, great. I'm sure that we will have interested people contact you if you put your contact information in the chat like others. Great.
I'll throw it in the chat for sure. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Next up is Hush City Soundproofing.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael Lane. I'm CEO of Hush City Soundproofing Vancouver. I've been in the sales of acoustical and soundproofing products for over 15 years, and I've opened a startup business based on that sales experience. What we do is soundproofing solutions for residential, commercial, and healthcare applications. We're looking to raise between $150,000 to $200,000 for 20% of the company. We have an established branch. We are an established branch of a successful soundproofing company with current and ongoing sales with established online and social media presence. We supply soundproofing solutions again for residential, commercial, healthcare applications. We supply, we install. We do have some proprietary soundproofing products, and we're a manufacturer of acoustic panels of all types and sizes. And our goal is to solve the soundproofing and acoustical sound problems to create a workplace balance. Here's some of the products that we offer: the acoustic clouds, media and studio panels, which are becoming more and more popular, mass ordered vinyl or MLV, and hush clips. And to summarize, we have established sales, established presence in the marketplace, established product lines, potential to be the leader in the soundproofing field. In the first year, we're expecting to do $1 million in sales and $3 million by the end of year 3. Thank you for your time, and I'll put my specifics in the chat room. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. And our next and final 90-second pitch is from Divisin.
So my name is Rob. I'm co-founder and CEO of Divisin. We're a prop tech venture focused on Class A rental buildings. So just a quick, we did our proof of concept in 2021. We currently have 3 active projects with 6,000 units under management and 7 million in the pipeline. We've built our data sets in 5 of 25 target markets, and we're pursuing 150 million ARR revenue opportunity. Quick backstory. So I brought to market the first purpose-built lease for rent project in the West End in 30 years in 2014. We leased that building up in a few months with pretty much no team and no incentives. Fast forward today, there's been obviously a shift, a lot of institutional investment in the market, and we're seeing a lot of supply come on in the same areas at the same time. So what that means is just a change in market conditions, much harder to lease and absorb that inventory in a short amount of time. That's translating to lower revenues, pretty big gap in expected returns and higher operating expenses. So we're solving those problems by effectively creating high quality data sets and workflow automation for property managers. So you can think of it as intelligence as a service. That's the platform. How it works, again, we've got transactional data, survey data, and listing data. We've modeled it. We've established relationships with that data, so breaking down those data silos. And then we've mapped that to workflows and then automated a lot of that process. So the impact of that is first and foremost, increase in asset value. We're reducing costs, both CapEx and OpEx. And if you're managing a property that's performing better, it's going to increase your management fee from 2.5% to 4%. We're backed by industry leaders. We have 3 large developers on the cap table that we're essentially building the product with. We've got large REITs like SBA in the States as channel partners. Our
All right, thank you. That was our final 90-second pitch. Everybody take a look in the chat function. You'll see that a lot of our entrepreneurs have put in their contact information, but more importantly, there is a link there for you to choose your favorite 90-second presentation, because the top scores will be invited to make a 5-minute presentation at a future VANTEC. We've got a lot of very good companies today. And so while you are pondering your choices, I'm going to ask Mike Volker, who is the founder of VANTEC, to say a few words after 23 years of starting VANTEC. Mike, are you there? Can you? I saw you come in.
I am. I think you can hear me, but I'm actually traveling over on the island, so I'm not putting on my video. But yeah, thanks to everyone for joining us today, and it's great to see a good turnout, and I hope you've enjoyed the previews so far, and I think we still have a number of excellent presentations to come. So I would encourage you, if you are visiting us for the first time, to take out a membership in VANTEC. It also gives you a membership in NACO, the National Angel Capital Organization, and you can participate in lots of workshops, information sessions, courses, etc. So enough said, I'll turn it back to you. Thanks, Thelzo, for running the show.
Thanks, Mike. Enjoy your time on the island. I hear that you're spending some time in Tofino, beautiful beach there. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the full presentations. Once upon a time, these full presenters were just like these 90-second pitches. They got upvoted by you, the audience, and they were screened by an esteemed panel of select VANTEC members. And today they are presenting 5 minutes, and each of them are supported by an angel sponsor who will introduce the company as to why they like the company so much with 30 seconds or less introduction. So first up is Geenees, and I believe Danielle Graham is going to start things off. Danielle?
Thank you, Thelzo. Yes, I'm here representing for Geenees. I've had the pleasure of knowing Libby through an introduction from Peter Dorsman, and since then she's participated in the Altitude Accelerators Investor Readiness Program, doing a deep dive on her data room and all of her investment readiness, and then also recently through Venture Lab and Tech Undivided. So she's an exceptional founder. Really, really enjoyed all my time with her. I actually got to see her and Thelzo in Vancouver recently, and happy to hand it over to her other investor here, Mark.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mark Jane, lead investor at Geenees. I spent the last 25 years in Canadian tech, 22 of them building a company called Intellects, which we sold to Fortive in 2019 for around 750 million. And since then, I manage a small venture capital firm, family office, about 20 different deployments of capital. Geenees is certainly my favorite. I'm really fired up about the company. I'm fired up about Libby. She's an amazing founder. Her vision and passion for the space is just fantastic. She's texting and emailing me at 2 a.m. about in-kind giving, which is just fired up, and she's got the energy of business context, I think, to execute. So happy to turn it over to Libby.
Thank you. Super excited to be here. Thank you so much for presenting us. Thelzo, can I start?
Yes, just share your screen and we'll start the timer for 5 minutes.
Awesome. Okay. You can see my screen, right?
Yep, you can go ahead.
Awesome. So nice to meet you all. Thank you so much for inviting me. My name is Libby Berenson, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Geenees. Geenees is a marketplace for in-kind giving, where you can actually grant wishes for families in need. Why? Because new generations of donors are actually looking for transparency, direct giving, and online. Families are looking for essentials and they need it anonymously. And nonprofits are really struggling to attract and engage them in a meaningful way. So the solution is goods and services marketplace, creating a transparent and trusted giving experience to families in need. How does it work? We work with nonprofit organizations and they invite their families to create personal and anonymous wish lists. Donors then purchase these items directly on Geenees, and our fulfillment partners, retailers and service providers, deliver these products directly to the families. So this is how the experience looks like. We work with nonprofits across Canada and even in US. Nonprofits are able to create their own wish list of items, as well as invite their families. Their families are able to share a story about themselves, of course, staying anonymous, and they'll list products like everyday essentials and groceries and even dental and educational services. Donors can then choose any item, purchase it directly on Geenees, and it will be delivered directly to the family or to the organization. So we have 4 products in the market. We have 2 mobile native apps. We have a donation web app, and we even have a nonprofit dashboard for nonprofits to manage their wishes, families, and donations. We have granted over 1,500 wishes and over $55,000 in donations. Of course, we saw growth through holiday seasons, but since our first funding round last year, we started seeing donations happening throughout the year. We're now actually launching in about 3 weeks a reoccurring donation model where we are expecting to balance donations all year round. These are some of the nonprofits on Geenees and even corporate donors that have engaged their employees on Geenees already. And of course, there are thank you notes from the families and organizations. The magic behind Geenees, as we have created a trusted marketplace where 100% of the donation actually goes to the family in the form of a product or service, where we leverage affiliate partnerships with retailers and service providers to fulfill that need. Nonprofits are able to get listed on Geenees and commit, pay a subscription fee to commit on using it. And corporations will also pay a service fee for us administrating their employee giving. Our revenue strategy is separated into 3 phases. We're currently working on establishing that nonprofit SaaS model that will be layered with corporation fees, and then affiliate fees, which we have proven before works really well at scale. This is just an example of how the nonprofit SaaS model looks like, where nonprofits are able to choose either to facilitate a campaign for 3 months, like a toy drive, or engage donors ongoing all year round. We've identified few initiatives in the product donation space, mostly in US and mostly operating as nonprofits. Our uniqueness is really an opportunity to integrate service donations, as well as empower families to create their own wish list of items instead of relying on the organization only. This is an example of how the affiliate opportunity looks like in US, and we definitely see a huge opportunity for Geenees to expand throughout North America and even globally. Our go-to-market strategy is separated into the supply, which is the nonprofit, and the demand, which is the donors. On the nonprofit side, trust and credibility are crucial, which means that we rely on direct sales, referrals, and partnership with large foundations to establish that scale. On the donors, we would rely on performance marketing, corporate giving, and white labeling opportunity at scale. We have a passionate, diverse, and talented team that has the operations and technology startup experience to take Geenees to the next level of growth. Our pre-seed funding round has closed with over 246% of our funding goal last year. Now we're looking for a full seed round of $1.5 million. And that's to establish really good B2B sales funnels, create partnerships with large foundations, and create a really good solid base to enter the US market officially. We're here to pioneer the new age of giving, and we're looking for mentors in the marketplace, SaaS, and philanthropy spaces. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. That was Geenees. Take a look at the chat function. You'll see a link to give feedback that will go directly back to Geenees. Libby and her team, I know, will very much appreciate your feedback. And we will not have Q&A after each of the presentations, as mentioned at the beginning of the meeting. Each of these full presenters, that includes Geenees, we'll have a dedicated breakout room where Danielle and Mark will accompany Libby to monitor any Q&A and answer any Q&A that you might have. So take a bit of time and fill out the survey form for Geenees. All your feedback goes directly back to the company. Okay, next up is Proteic Bioscience Inc. And to start things off, Rob Gehring, from who is their angel sponsor, will tell us why we should pay special attention to Proteic. Rob.
Absolutely. Thanks very much for the time, everyone. So just a bit of my background. I've been starting and growing early stage technology companies here in Vancouver for about 25 years across a wide variety of sectors. In the last 4 or 5 years, I've been very deeply focused in artificial intelligence, my own companies in AI for cybersecurity, and I also run all the sort of AI programs for the BC Tech Association. When I started chatting with Paolo and the Proteic team over a year ago when they first started, I was completely blown away by what they're working on, the scale of the problem they're working to solve, and the team. I'd had the pleasure of knowing a number of the engineering and core science AI team, Eldad and Elliot, for a number of years, and I've seen them execute not only large-scale AI models and companies, but they've started and sold a number as well. And Paolo, now running the ship, is second to none. So I'm very, very pleased and proud to be announcing and introducing Proteic and Paolo.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob. Can Phil or Wendy, can you see my screen?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, great. I'll just go ahead then. Thanks everybody for the upvotes last time and for letting me talk to you about Proteic and give you a bigger picture of what it is we do. Sorry, it's not, this next slide's going on. Sorry, a bigger picture of what it is we do in designing protein molecule solutions to take on the biggest challenges today in medicine, energy, and technology. This multifaceted approach is in fact one of our biggest differentiators, our unique business approach shown here. The largest revenues or profits in protein design would come in the development of a drug, that's no question. But it would also take several years and many millions of investment. Our strategy of having parallel projects that result in earlier revenue will fund the high profit pharmaceutical A stream and make the company more robust. For the sake of time, although as shown here, we have projects in other streams, in this talk, I will just focus on that top right A stream. Here, we could revolutionize the $1.3 trillion pharmaceutical industry, an industry in need of solutions to tackle the 2/3 of known diseases that have undruggable disease-causing targets. In taking on these undruggables, what if rather than dealing with small molecules that may fit well, you could instead build a perfect protein fit? This protein versus small molecule approach is in fact another one of our differentiating factors, on top of course of the AI know-how our tech team brings to the table. Undruggable targets is something that the big pharma industry is taking very seriously, with billions being funneled into a particular therapeutic mechanism called targeted protein degradation, and huge deals being done even this May. This mechanism, as opposed to traditional inhibition, involves the funneling of misbehaving proteins to the cell's garbage disposal for destruction by designing these linkers that physically tether the protein to our cell's garbage man and result in their ultimate destruction. We're adopting this strategy in one of the most famous and actually one of the biggest news stories in KRAS, historical Darth Vader of oncoproteins. It's evaded traditional treatments for decades and has rightfully earned its title as undruggable. And indeed, in our own computational analysis on some design peptides we have, you can see from this orange molecule just how slippery it is and how difficult it is with it seeming to lose grip of the KRAS molecule. Whereas conversely, on the right, you have a molecule that was designed and tested in our computational molecular dynamics to bind well and move forward in our iterative design process to exciting experimental results. A quick reminder here of what we're going after, because I know it's quite complicated, is we want to design this hetero bifunctional linker, basically a molecule with 2 sticky ends to result in the tagging of a protein for degradation. And happy to share that that's exactly what we're able to achieve with experimental degradation. As mentioned before, one of our differentiating factors is our versatility. And we have shown that in our strategically chosen first projects. Aside from targeted protein degradation, we also have projects in intelligent remodeling of existing surfaces, as well as the de novo from scratch approach. We've done this all with a very small but capable team, combining our strengths where I myself have a background in structural biology with a master's in crystallography, complemented with 8 years of biotech experience in everything from medical devices to protein biosynthesis. Eldad, our CSO, was recently inducted as an honored fellow into the Society for Industrial and Applied Mathematics for his work using AI to solve industrial problems like the ones we're tackling. And Sarah specializes in protein design, and Elliot is a serial entrepreneur, as Rob mentioned earlier. To boost our streams, we have a growing advisor board that brings decades of experience from the industry we're targeting. With your help, we'll be able to complete our current raise of 2 million, which we've got 1 million already, which for our current pharma projects would finalize our preclinical testing. Later, we will embark on a Series A round to help commercialize the high revenue pharmaceutical projects, all the while generating revenue, as mentioned, from our other streams, as illustrated in this pipeline where the lower streams generate revenue quickly. Looking at our use of proceeds in a more practical view, the raise will allow us to boost our tech, outsource the testing needed, and seek more industry partners. We do have a cap structure and term sheet available. Please contact me. I'd love to continue this conversation.
Thank you very much, Paulo. That was Proteic Bioscience Inc. Everybody, take a look at the chat. You will see a link there where you can give direct feedback to Proteic. And of course, after all the presentations are done, Proteic will have a dedicated network breakout room to be hosted by Paulo and Rob to take your Q&A. And that's another time for you to ask your questions. And of course, next week, seeing that they are a full presenter, they will be hosting a deep dive either in person or online or both. So contact Paulo and his team directly for those details. Okay, so make sure you fill out the company feedback forms. These company feedback forms are given directly to the companies, and it's really important for them. Okay, next up is EPB Digital Technologies, otherwise known as Ebuilding. And we're going to ask Eric Haas to come up because he is the angel sponsor for Ebuilding and tell us why we should pay special attention. Eric?
Yes, thanks, Talzal. Not an angel investor, just a sponsor in this case. I met Helen and the team and the founder a couple of months ago, and they are addressing some pretty big issues in construction by combining some very interesting technologies like VR and digitized models of homes. So I think it's a pretty big market opportunity they're pursuing with some interesting technology. So I think this pitch should be of interest to quite a few of the local investors. So I'll pass it off to Helen to give the full details.
Yeah, thanks, Eric, for your support and introduction. So a house is the #1 largest asset for most people. You want to build it right. Ebuilding is a smart e-commerce platform consisting of the digital sales portal and smart procurement portal. The single family home building is expensive, time-consuming, and expensive. So our vision is to help home building easy, affordable, transparent, and green. And we already have 20 pilot clients and with strong pipeline. So current pain points for single detached homeowners: what you want is not what you see due to the miscommunication caused by 2D drawing. Owners or small developers lack experience in building homes. They rely on architects and builders to buy building supplies, which is one of the largest costs for construction. However, there's no transparency and control of cost overrun. Material procurement is time-consuming and fragmented. It takes over 100 emails or trips, and you will have a shoebox of material receipts. Our solution is the Ebuilding e-commerce platform. Through the digital sales portal, we render your home in 3D and generate a complete material list to give you transparency of the whole construction cost. We also enable owners to preview and customize your home in the digital world to prevent the rework costs later on. And we also enable pre-sale for developers to increase their return on investment. The smart material procurement portal allows buyers to reduce cost and time. We also help suppliers to reduce costs and inventories. So for the digital sales portal, we already had over 20 paying clients and 12 projects in the pipeline. We have signed LOIs with over 20 suppliers. Unlike existing e-commerce platform that is manual and fragmented, so we generate the material list automatically and match the buyer with the supplier. So we are the eHarmony for the construction industry. Single dwelling construction is an untapped market. It accounts for over 40% of total construction investment across Canada. It has been growing year over year since COVID-19. Only for the beachhead market, we can reach 825 million sum. Our scalable business model includes 3D model and VR service fee from the homeowners. The buyer ROI is almost 700%, and we save over 100 procurement trips. And we also only charge 5% of commission from the suppliers, and the supplier can save more than 5% of cost. Our competitive advantage is to be the only company to integrate the BIM 3D model, VR customization, and smart procurement. So we offer smart procurement and eco-friendly solution for not only existing homes, but also new build. We have an experienced team. Our CEO has helped the Chinese government to create 3D standards for the construction industry. Our CTO has helped the famous Build Direct e-commerce platform to revamp its e-commerce platform to take it for public. Our director of VR and BIM has helped successfully implemented 20 projects. We can be profitable with only 300 houses trading on our platform. So we have 20 paying pilot clients with great customer success examples. We have over 20 sales and development partners. We are raising 1.5 million to scale the operation and automate the service capability. We can be profitable within 12 months of platform launch. Please join us for this impactful journey. And lastly, I want to show everyone what we have developed so far to customize the new build. Yeah, the floor can be changed and the countertop can be changed as well. This is a browser version. So even without the VR headset, the owners can customize their home. And this is the countertop just changed color as well. So in the future, once the supplier information is integrated, you will see the real-time price changes after you change the material. Yeah, so give the owners a good understanding what's the cost for the house to prevent the cost overrun in a high mortgage interest rate environment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Again, take a look at the chat function. You will see a link there to give company feedback, direct company feedback to Helen and everybody at the Ebuilding shop. Again, you know, we found through the decades of running VANTEC that VANTEC is often the very first place that these entrepreneurs pitch at. So any kind of feedback that you give to them will be very helpful as they make the rounds to other angel groups and even south of the border, because all these full presenters will be presented at the Pacific Northwest Super Angel Group. So take a look, and take a few moments to write a few notes, feedback, because they will be delivered to Ebuilding. And also, if you haven't finished writing notes for the other companies, this is the time to do it. Want to thank the VANTEC team. There are lots of people that are behind the scenes working really hard. Wendy Tan, Jackson Wu, Ashma Gupta, Peter Wilkins, Roger Killen, Frank Leffler. And of course, we wouldn't be here if we didn't have the vision of our founder, Mike Boker, to start off VANTEC. So as I said at the beginning of this meeting, this is our last meeting before our summer break. We'll come back on September 7th with the VANTEC Open Network, where we feature all of our local accelerators and their programs and their alumni. And the regular VANTEC meetings will commence again on the 5th of October. So here we go. We're going to go back into our breakout rooms. Thank you very much, everyone.